What is going on, everybody? Can everybody hear me okay? Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? It is Friday, February 10th. I haven't streamed in a long time, and I blame Slitterate for it. I'm an otter now. I am an otter. I've converted from a bear. We have a very, very special host today, guys. Met them in NFT NYC. I want to introduce Moss and Queens from the Octohedz founders. Welcome, guys.
Hi, hello everyone. Glad to be back once again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's nice to see you again, Dizzy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, we met in person in NFT NYC, and it's an honor to have you guys back and talking about what Octohedz has been doing. And we've been kind of tracking you guys personally in the shadows, and everybody's running around doing their own thing, but you guys have been killing it. And I want to, for the guys that are here that maybe don't know who Octohedz, can we get started about who you guys are, about the project, and maybe start with an introduction?
Well, before we even start, I want to say like when we met you in NYC, I didn't expect to see a real bear, so the rumors were true. So just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, hello
Yeah.
everyone. This is Moss and my partner Dav. We're the founders of Octohedz, and we've been building the metaverse since August of 2021, and we're very very excited to showcase what's new for 2023.
Awesome. And what is Octoheads really? So this is pretty much for for the replays for the YouTube, just so people know what Octoheads is, and how you guys started.
Okay, so first of all, like Octohedz started as a PFP project, like as an NFT, with the first collection Genesis at 888, and then we have the second collection, which is the Reloaded with 8,000. And then with
Mhm.
that is evolved with the key to the metaverse, and then we have the avatar for the 3D asset, which is Octohead. Yeah, right now that we have the VX with the Sandbox and then all the metaverses. We just invented one metaverse at a time. So yeah, that is Octohead in a nutshell, like the um, NFT that transform into multi metaverse.
Yeah, yeah. I see you guys are very interoperable, and you guys are doing a lot of things with the utility. If you guys check out the white paper and some of the announcements that Octoheads does, guys, they have this like water park, the thing which I was really excited about. I was like, damn, I wish it was near me so I can go. But yeah, so many great utilities that it has to have holding. So have you guys announced that you will be part of the Alpha Season 4 yet?
It's we hinted about it in our announcements and tweets, but now that we're talking about it, yeah, like we are definitely on the Alpha 4 with our avatars. And the game experience also, it's something that we're very, very passionate about. We're very proud to say that we're working very hard to get that in the next Alpha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been working on it for so long. At October 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been like a
Almost.
year and a half in NFT world. It's like 10 years in the real world. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it seems like it's been like 2 years since I've seen you guys, but yeah, this I've been tracking the updates. I mean, this game alone looks exciting, it looks fun. Loving this avatar, and I know you guys are releasing a light version of the avatars just because of the way Sandbox works, but I personally love these the full avatars that we have on our Sandstorm Hub as well. If you guys want to see, you can go to the Sandstorm Hub in the Future tab to see these avatars, which will the goal is, I think, ultimately give everybody these avatars, but we're starting off with the light versions of the avatars, correct?
Yeah, actually, the Sandstorm were the first, I would say, the first experience to ever host like an Octohedz VX ever. So
Let's
very
go.
happy that you guys get to see that, and everyone who's following Sandstorm to see them first. But I'm actually kind of liking the new light version of the VXs, and not just because if you look into the nerdy and all the nitty gritty of it, it's actually very easy to load in the game. They have way less
Right.
megabytes, so they're very. When they say light, they're actually lighter, like crazy, like maybe 90% more optimized than our normal avatars. But
Right.
the way we approached it was, well, you know what? We've seen ourselves grow in Web3, and we wanted to showcase that in our experience and also in the avatars. So right now, the octoheads or the octos on top of the avatars are kind of like a little baby krakens, and once the sandbox kind of evolve and start to accept a lot more open versions or open templates, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
bring back the full on when they kind of like already evolved.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
actually got the same feeling. I kind of like the light version is cuter in a way also, and it's almost like represent us like as a Web3 and the metaverse. We all baby, right? It's just like we still have
Right.
to a long way to grow and to go. So it's almost like it's just like you watch someone grow, and then you see the octohead little one, and then yeah, in the future, hopefully we can evolve into something like bigger and better.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely agree, and just it's just a great way of showcasing how you guys as founders, there's a lot of founders that obviously they start a project, they just let it die. I know you guys are really passionate about Octoheads and how much work you guys put into it, and you guys are awesome founders, and it's just awesome that you guys are finding different ways and different utilities for the holders across all of Web3, not just Sandbox, right? So you guys are just you mentioned you're doing integration worldwide Web3, which is I don't know if they went for a full 3D yet or they still pixel art, but maybe you can fill up details on that as well.
Like first of all, like thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have no idea like whatever you say it meant so much for us. Like we've been through a lot of tough time, even with the like personal life as well, and also as the the challenging as a founder. But we always keep pushing because this is our passion. That's what we love.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah,
it's meant a lot.
yeah, appreciate it, Dizzy. But yeah, so the World Wide Web 3 is a 2D avatar metaverse, and we just resubmitted Genesis. So our first collection just last week. We're actually going through the process to get that into the game. But also we're working on releasing Reloaded, so our second collection later on this month. So yeah, so basically they have one way we're looking at it, well, everybody is doing a lot of stuff in 3D, but as you know, and as we experience that 3D avatars take a lot of work to get
Yeah.
integrated into a lot of different things because hitboxes, you have skeletons, you have so many different things that if you didn't really work on a metaverse ready asset, you wouldn't understand. Most people think
Right.
that building a 3D, just a skeleton is good enough, but there are so many
Yeah.
rules that you need to abide to if you're integrating into an ecosystem. And that's why we were looking at okay, well, what about 2Ds? Because I'm a big fan of 2D art and
Mm-hmm.
pixel art in general. So for me, that kind of was a no brainer. We wanted to get our avatars in there, and they also have a lot of different games that were very promising. They just released like a PvP event last week. Sadly, I couldn't play because we have a lot of work going, but
Yeah, I know
I'm
how that
really,
is. I missed out on a lot of games just because of that.
yeah, like I was telling my friends, was like after we launch our collection on the 13th, like I have scheduled like a day off after the 15th, so we need to schedule a day off to play games and catch up. So
For
that's
sure.
something I'm really looking forward to. I want to spend like a whole day playing some Sandbox, getting on World Wide Web, and just drinking tea, just not for work, just
Yeah.
caffeinated, but
Yeah.
just as just to have fun.
Yeah, just enjoyment. Yeah, no, I can definitely agree to that. I mean, we've been having crazy weeks as well. Like, season 3, for example, was super busy for us, and I haven't even done any of the season quests, and I was just super frustrated. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it in season 4, but it's probably gonna be a lie. And already with the mid-season stuff, I can't be rich. But Slater Raid is showing some of the artwork from the PFPs, and I am not, and sadly, I'm not an Octohedz owner. I will be at some point as soon as I can get my hands around it. But especially with the new utilities, I think it's going to be sick because I do want one of those avatars. And do I mint the avatar or do I get it with my Octohedz?
So there are two different ways. You can, if you're a Genesis holder, we released a one-to-one avatar to the art. So it's one of the way, like we're also kind of rewarding our holders, our very early supporters, that your avatar, you can take it anywhere. Doesn't matter what metaverse. So that's one thing. And the second one,
And like with the same with the reloaded, you got the avatar, but you need 2 of the reloaded to claim 1 avatar. And with this reloaded collection, you get a higher chance to get more rare avatar. So yeah, that's another option. And the last one.
yeah, well, when we talk rare, like we have something called augments, and they are only minted throughout like the reloaded mint phase. So we have like different wings, and we also have the Dr. Ock, which is like the famous one from Spider-Verse. And the last thing is that we're having a public mint that's coming in on February 13th, and we're disclosing the time frame this weekend with an announcement. We're just working in the last details with Sandbox to find out all like everything that needs to be done before we actually get bridged live to their platform. But
Got
yeah,
it.
so the mint is happening. So the whitelist is at 0.03 Ethereum, and the public mint is at 0.04.
That is awesome and exciting, man. And I love the artwork too. And I'm a fan of pixel art and voxel art, as you guys can tell. Oh, this one's an interesting one. I haven't seen this one.
Oh yeah,
And
so
you guys have done such a good job with all of it.
yeah,
You guys have a
thanks.
bear. This is the reloaded
course.
ones. Hold on.
Of course. We have a bear. You inspired us, man. Like we didn't have a bear before we met, so now we have one. Actually, what you're looking at,
I definitely have to go find the bear one now.
I'm actually my favorite. The one I have on my Twitter is a bear, and I absolutely love it. So what we have done is we released in our anniversary last year. We released an animated version of all the avatars free for all of our holders. Basically, you go into like the OpenSea or any of the platforms, and then you can go. If you go into OpenSea, and you'll find a button at the like left corner, and it shows either you want it to be
The
pixelated
properties.
or
Right.
or animated, and you can just click and change between. It's all gasless, free for everybody that's holding Octohedz.
Oh, that's awesome. That's crazy. And what was this with this new design approach? What was the why was this design approach like with the pixel and the anime? And I want to kind of share my screen real quick, Slater, if that's okay with you. Let's see 1 second to show exactly what Moss is talking about. So this is one of the collections on the official collection. So you can click on one and you have a pixel here, and then you have an anime. So that's pretty awesome. I assume that you're going to get more options here, or is it just going to be these two for now?
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like we're looking now, we have the World Wide Web 3 avatars and their actual like sprite sheets. So we're looking at maybe next we just have a sprite so you can click, and we're playing something with how soul-bound NFTs are. So you just have one NFT and then you have a lot of different showcases. So you just have, it's not just like you have an NFT and I need to start different collections. It's all like within the same token.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's our idea. Yeah.
And the reason behind the animate is we've always talked about that internally with the team, that we always thought like there's different multiverses. How can a 3D avatar exists with a 2D avatar, and we're just looking at how like Marvel and DC are playing with the multiverses. So we're wanting to
Mhm.
take that into the PFP kind of world, and seeing, okay, so you have a 2D, you have an anime, you have a 3D, what else can you have, right? And then wouldn't that be fun if all of them kind of meet up and have an interaction? That would be like
Yeah,
crazy. So that was
for
the
sure.
thing we released when we released our first a teaser for the anime. We had that play around with like Morpheus. So if you ever have a
Mhm.
chance to go and check that out, it was so much fun, and we had Kylan out actually doing all of the voices. And he also speaks Japanese, so
Yeah.
if everybody who doesn't know, Kyla now is our project lead for Octohedz. He's actually been giving a lot of alpha in the chat right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're very excited.
Mm.
He's not just a project lead. Actually, he also our lore master. I would say that he's like I would say
Nice.
like the brain behind all the story in the game, the Octohead experience that's gonna come up. So yeah, so excited.
That is awesome. I mean, I'm really excited about the game. And the game will be in season 4, right? Which we don't know when it is, obviously, but excited to try that out when that happens. And then I think you guys have a. Did you run the video with the devlog? Site rate, I'm not too sure, but let me check this one real quick. And I think you guys have the 3D episodes. Oh yeah, so this is a link that I want to drop in the chat of Mustafa, so you guys can see in there as well. So in case you haven't seen the devlog, please check that out.
Thanks. We're releasing another devlog this weekend. We're working on something for just a final release before the mint. And yeah, like the last devlog we released has also, we teased a little bit about how we're wanted to take all of the 3D avatars, not just like
Mm-hmm.
Octohedz, and change them and kind of integrate them into 2D metaverses. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that kind of like we're very excited about it in the team. Yeah, that's exactly the one, to see like how would that be if you had a game
Wow.
with, yeah, so just like basically exactly like going back to the main point, like integrating 3D avatars is so troublesome. So why don't
Mm-hmm.
we already have so many collections out there that want to have like different uses. So that's something that we're prototyping, experimenting in Octohead Labs.
Yeah, this is what I was meaning earlier, right? You guys are looking for like new ways to bring more utility, and not many projects do that, honestly, and it just shows how much passion you guys have for your product and your baby, so to speak. And I personally love all the artwork, and I'm too cheap to afford one right now, but eventually I will as soon as I get my eye on one. Um, and I definitely do want an avatar for the sandbox because um, I don't. There's like very few. Like Care Bears was one. Snoop Dogg was another. But I think my third ones are going to be Octoheads for sure.
Oh hell yeah, I'm so
Um,
excited.
what other metaverses you guys looking into? Because you guys are you're maybe even doing your own game that you're looking into. That's maybe not Unity. I mean, that's not Sandbox. Maybe it's a Unity game, right? Maybe it's a web game, browser based. I know you guys are probably all over like looking out to do different things. Is there any other metaverses that you guys are looking into?
Yeah, there are some that, but we cannot really kind of. We're still kind of in
Announce
the
it.
works and talking with them. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have some
Mm-hmm.
metaverses that we're in the talks trying to integrate our avatars, and we're looking at ways to create another experiences on there. Just not just like doing um, just like a community hub. But now you mentioned like, what if we're looking to make our own experiences, our own metaverse? Maybe that's
Mm-hmm.
something that we're still like talking about. But yeah, like more details will come soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of this that like with nobody blames you guys, right? It's like a lot of this Web3 is you're kind of building as you learn about what your community needs or wants, and maybe they don't want a metaverse, maybe they don't want their own game, and they just like your games that you create on Sandbox, or just they just like the way you guys integrate into different projects, and you as founders are looking into that and experimenting, and that's totally understandable. And just the fact that you guys are so involved with different projects, and um, putting in so much dedication to the project shows is enough to show that you guys are here and you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, thanks. And it's you're right. Like if it's more than a passion, because it's something that we believe in our core, that Web3 is something
Hmm.
that's it's such an infant, like it's still in its infancy, that many people don't really understand how to utilize it. And I still think like we're in the Web 2.5 right now, in a way.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we are even behind the baby stage. It's like if you remember the floppy disk, right? I think that is metaverse, and then
Right.
Web3 right now, like floppy disk stage, and then you're gonna see we have CD, all that flash drive and stuff, and yeah, that's where we are right now.
I mean,
So
yeah, like I've been recently realizing that I'm a boomer bear as I've getting older, and like when you mean floppy disk, I actually was part. I mean, I started very young, but I had the things before the floppy disks that were just big, thin. They were floppies essentially, but they were just like
Oh
10
yeah.
times the size, and you would plug it in and you'd crank it, and then it would make this weird like wah, wah, wah sound. And
Oh
coming
yeah.
from that to like USBs and like everything now is just like, damn, I'm old.
Oh man, I'll tell you what.
But
When I first got my CD, the first CD player, I was excited. I was so excited because the flop, like
yeah.
we used to give out flop. Like I had a game that I think I've copied like on like 4 different floppies and give it to my friend, and one of the floppies stopped working. I'm like, man, I have to go and fork out money to make another floppy. It's too much work
Yeah.
yeah,
for like a
crazy.
1.35 megabyte. It's not worth
It's really interesting,
my time.
how fast technology is evolving, and the time period that we're talking about is maybe even like 20 years, right? 20 plus years, a little bit of everything's evolving, like you said. Like um I think that I was mentioning how like in the Web3 space, like a year can be like a century almost, right? Where everything just changes overnight, and it's been a long time, and the space is moving so fast. We have a lot of new innovations coming in, and it just compounds, right? So like I see so many projects now trying to utilize like Chat GPT and all these other AI tools and things, and we got collections coming out from like Mid Journey now, and it's like everybody, it's just all this new tech is just compounding and compounding, and then next year it just ends up being Octohedz that are talking to you on your phone as an AI assistant, right? So it's like, but excited to see what else you guys can come up with over the next century, let's call it.
Yeah, I like that idea actually. Give us some more idea now.
Yeah, we gotta
Hey,
have more
I gotta
calls.
get a percentage off that.
Yeah, I like that. I think you're right. Like this year it seems like it's the AI kind of boom going on, and a lot of people are experimenting with this technology. So I'm
Yep.
excited about what people are going to create with that. And at the same time, is this what we need right now? So I have like this all also like a moral dilemma. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I love AI, but am I ready for it to take over?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
I
I
love that.
totally understand that.
Yeah, and I'm a
Yeah. Go
pro
ahead.
AI as well. Sorry, I'm gonna say that,
Yeah.
like I strongly believe that 2023 is gonna be a gaming. Like gaming will bring back all that excitement and everything. And 2024 is gonna be even more booming than what it is
Right.
now, because like everything
Yeah.
have a stage, right? They have a phase, like 2017 like an ICO thing, 2020 is like DeFi summer, and 2021 is NFT and PFP, 2022 is like man nothing really going on, and then
It was scandal.
yeah, and then 2023 bring back all that excitement again. That's what I believe, that gaming will change a lot in our space right now. Yeah, so I believe that gaming is the next
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Where it's like that saying, first they fight you, first they call you crazy, then they fight you, and all of a sudden, like everybody's on the NFT train or NFT gaming train. But I do also believe that even though we're in a rough patch now, this is the future, whether people accept it or not, right? And um, whether they believe it or not, it was the same thing with like Napster. It was the same thing with torrents. It's the same thing with even like zip files and emails and everything that is new. It was first people are against it, then people start adapting it, then people understand the value, and then it's mass adoption. And we're going through these phases, as you say, and I would say we're in the point of like we're being fought with, right? And we're very close to the part where people are saying, huh, like there are these things, NFTs, there's these games, there's this GameFi, maybe there's something here. And then, creating a wallet gets easier, adoption gets easier. And then next thing you know, everybody is either, a part of some NFT project or starting their NFT project. Like we think it's so big right now. It's not even, I don't think it's even a dust of the iceberg, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. It's
100%.
very like similar to how phones kind of evolved. And when the first cell
Mm-hmm.
phone came out, no one wanted it. And it was like, what is that used for? And now there's hardly any house with a normal landline anymore. So, and I think we're in that stage where people are, like you're right, they're saying they're having doubts about Web3. And I think the main reason is because no one have successfully made a product that people want yet. And
Right.
that's where we're trying to come in, as as different projects. We're kind of almost like different indie projects that are trying to do something that wants to get like virality in a way. And we're trying to band up with other companies similar to Sandbox and yourselves, and we're trying just to spread awareness about how these NFTs and how Web3 could be utilized. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's up to us to try and create something daring and different to um, tell people, like, hey, take a look. Can you do this with, let's just say, if you're having an Ubisoft, you're playing a character in the game,
Right.
can you use that same character in a different game?
Right.
Right. And that's where we're looking at. Like, can I have Gamedizzy play as himself in an Octohedz game, in a Care Bear game, in like a Bears Deluxe? Like, can you take that same character and put it into a different ecosystem and still be interoperable? And that's
Yeah.
where we're trying to create. And if you talk, there are so many founders in the space are trying to create that. If you look closely enough, there are so many
Yeah.
people that are trying to, and very open to accepting that kind of interoperability, right?
When when I was in New York, I actually stumbled upon a meeting with a lot of the big founders, including Seb, where interoperability was the main topic. And it's so funny how all these brilliant people come together to trying to solve this issue of interoperability. But the fact is, the technology is still not there, and everybody's kind of using something different, right? Like Sandbox has created their own template model, right, which only works on Sandbox. And if you export it as GLTF, it may work in Decentraland, and if you take that and have a different file of a PNG sprite sheet or whatever, then that will work on World Web 3 and such. So now the key thing is we're trying to figure out who, well, not who holds this data, but like who defines the guidelines and the rule sets to be part of this interoperability. And um and it's just putting in those rules of like, yes, like if you want to be part of Decentraland or these other metaverses that are low poly, then you need this many polygons and you need this specific format. If you want to be in Sandbox, you got to have this, and if you got to have Web3, then you got to have this PNG sprite sheet, and a quality metric has to happen around that, right? And And where does that get hosted? It gets hosted on the blockchain. And then the questions like, what happens when somebody new comes? So a lot of questions, and it is a challenge, and it's everybody's trying to solve it, but it's something that can't be solved right away, and it'll come in pieces with founders like you are like trying to expand their reach and showing that hey, this is possible if you partner with the right people that are also willing to do this, and just eventually it'll come into a group of you guys or groups like founders that are thinking just like you come together and find these guidelines and just make it happen. And that's when I see the chats talking about like web 4.0, and I think that's where that will be, where you can buy a shirt and it'll have a collection code in one of the ETH blockchains of physical wear, and you can wear it on any of your games, and and maybe put it on VR, etc.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think one of the things is the standard has to be the same across, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's something that we're realizing now, that you're right. Everyone has their own templates, but
Mm-hmm.
if we just come and make a pact that was like, hey, this is the golden standard, similar to how we're all using the same contract to deploy to on the mainnet, on Ethereum mainnet.
Right.
We just need the same kind of template so we can all play with. Just like
Right.
I would say, like Unreal Engine, they have their own template. But if we
Right.
in Unity have their own template, but if we're all kind of using the same models and the same rules, this could be the next step where everyone kind of have a chance to um, get integrated, like within, I would say, within a day, rather than taking 6-7 months to rebuild everything from
Right.
scratch.
Yeah, and also
Right.
it, like you said, it's very challenging. I would think it would take a long time. Just like when YouTube coming out, the first YouTube coming out, and then they have like now they have TikTok, they have like a vertical video, they have like Instagram reel,
Right.
at 1 minute video. Now YouTube Short is different platform, but kind of same format. I think that's gonna be almost pretty much. We probably gonna follow that kind of structure, but it will take a long time because of. Yeah, the challenging with with everyone that they have their own kind of thing. So yeah, for sure going to be very challenging. And
Yeah, yeah.
still,
And you guys are doing a good job, and I want to wish you guys success to everything you go. And you guys already had humongous success. You guys are, you have the inflatable island, the underwater museum. I don't know if that one was released yet.
Yeah,
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 that was released last year. And yeah, we still need to go and do the dive for the museum.
yeah, we
uh,
haven't been to the Philippines
yet. Yeah,
yet, but but we heard something very actually very sad that uh they have a typhoon or something, and then
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it hit one of our.
One of our statues.
Yeah,
So they're working on fixing them right now. So yeah, they're
No.
going through some stuff, but it's just how life is, right? You just pick up the pieces
Yeah,
and rebuild
definitely.
them back.
For sure. For sure. Awesome. And you guys do satellite events, I guess. Those are the meets that you guys do with like NFT NYC or like other areas. Is there something new that you guys are you guys going anywhere after the collection drop, or what's kind of the next plans for Octohedz other than the things that we've already mentioned and talked about? Is it just continue to keep growing and integrating?
Yeah, so growing the IP like into a lot of different avenues. So we're looking at, other than the gaming, we're also working on something called the Live the Life Academy, and that was kickstarted last year. We're working on all the nuts and bolts of it. Basically, we wanted to make it and mixable. The first thing we were doing is launching our own marketplace, and that kind of fit because of all the work we're doing on Sandbox. Initially, we wanted here around December, but because everything is happening, we wanted to push our resources to try and get the integration. We wanted to get the metaverse game ready. So right now we're still testing that, and we have a working version, but it just doesn't make sense to push it now because we have the game coming. So once we launch that game, one of the things one of our first utilities with the marketplace is making courses, online courses, accessible, and like really like anyone can have them.
Yeah, because like our
That's
strong
awesome.
belief, like our
What kind
core
of
is
courses?
sorry, so it's like we said, our core belief is like education, right? So like everyone in our team actually have a teaching background. So it's like it's funny, but it's like it's very organically in every team member. We have like teaching background. We like to educate people and all those stuff. And I think that is the foundation of everything. Like if we want mass adoption, we want people to know more about the Web3 and the metaverse and gaming thing. We have to educate people. So we want to teach people that all thing Web3, AI, and all those stuff. Yeah. So it's not limited to just NFT or metaverse.
Yeah, and we
Okay,
already have
that's awesome.
courses. We've already launched courses in the past. We have more than like 6,000 students already with all of the other platforms. So one of the courses, like I have courses about how to set up your camera for YouTube, and then how to color grade, how to organize yourself. So this is some kind of courses that I've done. And this year we'll focus, like at least for the next course that I'm working on is like Pixel Art 101, and also we'll have a course lined up for pixel animation that I'm doing later
Mhm.
on in Q3, in the Q2, sorry. And Q3, we're also working on getting a lot more people into our platform and making that part of our ecosystem.
That's awesome. And where can I'm just interested in a lot of pixel art stuff too. Where can, like, if I wanted to get this course, or how would I do that? What is my path to getting this information?
It will be when we launch the marketplace. We're gonna have like actually I've already have that ready. Just need to release that course. So basically, it's going to be like a card on the marketplace where you just click and redeem a code where you can just go and watch the course.
Got it. Okay. That's cool. Cuz I thought you mentioned that it was live somewhere, and I might have misunderstood that.
Oh, not this course. This course I'm working on this month. We're just like I've already finished the curriculum, so just have to go and
Mhm.
film it right after we launch
Yeah.
the avatars.
Yeah.
We were just
So it's
talking
like
about
That
it.
is awesome. I love it. You guys have the PFPs. You guys have the generated art. You guys got baby krakens. You guys got voxel art. You guys got the sandbox, multiple metaverses. You guys are doing in real life utilities, um, and hitting education. I mean, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, and you guys have already done so much, and I'm really happy and honored to know you guys, and happy that we met. And I look forward to seeing what else you guys. I mean, what more can you do, really? But I look forward to your growth, is what I'm trying to say.
Thanks, Dizzy. I
yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate it. And yeah, like I know, like it seems like we're talking about a lot, but it's actually stuff that we already have live. So it's just we're
Mm-hmm.
doing what we love, and that's why it seems like we're having I would say I don't want to say an easy time, but it seems like everything is coming along because this is something that we love doing, and we do it on a daily basis. So it doesn't seem like a lot of work for us. It's just like, all right, what's next on the list today?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
even
I
though it's a
completely agree.
yeah, I mean, even though it's a lot of work, still it's a lot of work. But yeah, it's just like when you love it, it doesn't feel like work. It's more fun in that sense.
Let's talk about the podcast. I didn't know about this one. This was new to me. Is this still going on, or is this outdated?
Oh no, we had Women Wednesday. We kind of kicked back the Women Wednesday to once a month. We used to have it every
Every
Wednesday.
week, yeah.
Now we're doing it once a month at the end of each month. But we also have Kyla now doing his podcast too. So we moved some of that to Discord, but we also do once a month. So currently there is one woman Wednesday, or say like one woman podcast a month, and one Kyla out podcast on a monthly basis, and everything else happens on Discord. So we're trying to get back to the community, try and work from within and cultivate that culture back.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get the Discord link for those who, because I don't think I'm in your Discord. I want to actually join it.
You join the Discord, I'll give you I'll give you I'll give you your own emote on the Discord.
I'm doing it right now. Hold on, I put the wrong link. All right, guys, that's the Discord for Octohedz. I'm gonna be joining it because I really love this team, and I'm not just saying that because they're on the show. You guys know how I am, and I say what I think, and I don't really care, but of what other people think, and definitely one of my favorite founders, and I really appreciate you guys for coming up with such an awesome artwork, some awesome utilities. Like I said, not many projects do this. It might not be affordable for everybody in terms of price, but it's just the way the game is, and you can tell that these are high quality because they're at a premium. And you could find some cheap ones too if you guys are looking. For those who are in the chat, every now and then, there are people that may be selling it for a little cheaper than usual, but I think this is definitely a project that is has yet to see the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, and I think
But I just joined right now.
Sorry, you say something about the affordability of it. Actually, right now, if you get True Reloaded, it's very affordable right now. So if you get True Reloaded and then you get some inks, and you can mint Octohedz VX, with our utility token. So that is I think the best way to do it right now.
Yeah, and on top of that, you also get a chance to be in World Wide Web 3, so it's almost a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
And we're working on other stuff later on, like we talked about. We're like Octohedz Lab, we're always trying to experiment, so it's just there's a lot more stuff that we're working on.
Right. So the ones that I was talking about was for the Genesis ones, the reloaded ones. I like this one. I might actually just skip this one right now. With the bear.
Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's fairly so with the token. You said I get, how much am I getting from the reloaded? I'm getting, I guess I could stake it somewhere, or how does it work? I guess inks is what I'm earning, correct?
Inks is earnable with the Genesis collection. Yeah. We're trying to initially we wanted to keep the earning to just the, because if we were releasing inks to everyone, and it would kind of like overflow the market. So that way we wanted to kind of control the release. So we almost like we have like different nodes, and then we have different use cases for inks.
Yeah, and then for like the Genesis collection, you get everyone usually when we launch the Genesis, they get the 300 inks airdrop for free pretty much. So you get like your own VX as well as the PFP.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
and
these
also
are cool stuff. I did not know about this.
Yeah. And like we used to like host many events, and we like give out inks. We have inks party. That's where Octohedz Reloaded can join. Everyone can join as a community. So yeah, you can get a lot of free inks on that, and then pretty much you get it like in the price of like almost like nothing.
Yeah, they're very low right now. Yeah, the inks party. So basically, we have like a chat, like a tip bot on the Discord, and we just do like, we used to have a DJ part, one of our holders, so he would come in, go live, and have like a 2-hour party, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we have our own like music in, like we actually have a lot of music inspired by Octohedz collection as well. Like Kyla now have one music before, and with our DJ have like
he's like maybe six tracks.
Four to 6 track on his Spotify account. It's so much fun.
That is awesome. I will definitely look into those. And when is the next one you guys are planning to have an ink party anytime soon?
I think the best time to find out is when you just keep your eyes closely on the announcement, and when that
Mm-hmm.
happens, we'll let everybody know.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys joining in today. I don't know if the chat had any other questions, and I don't know if you guys have any questions for me.
Well, I'm very excited. Are you going to any events this year?
I am not. I've pretty much told myself I'm not traveling this year.
Yeah, I hear you. The last time we got COVID in NF2
Yeah,
NYC, so
I
that was hard.
I don't want to go to any event this year, honestly. Also, but yeah, but this year we plan to travel a lot
Yeah.
because like we haven't been travel in a long time.
All right.
So that's just something that
Yeah.
we're doing slowly. We're
Yeah.
doing something like yeah, because I know like the NFT NYC happening this year, but I most likely we're gonna miss it.
Yeah, even NFT Paris,
It's
I
coming
think this month,
this month.
and
Yeah.
we have another one in Toronto. My friend told me that they're gonna have NFT TO in June, I think. So yeah, there's a lot of thing popping up right now, but I don't think we're gonna go
I mean,
to
yeah,
any of them.
it's so many events and like so many, like you get to meet all these cool people that you know online or whatnot. You come together, but like, oh my god, in terms of cost,
Yeah.
the planning, the amount of work you have to miss out on, and it's just way too much. And this year I'm just like I'm not doing anything. I'm like I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think what
Um,
happened with us that kind of got us a little bit back was like when we got sick, that kind of knocked out like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
yeah.
like for
Um,
you 2 or 3 weeks, for me like months.
yeah, she's still actually recovering from
Yeah.
that. Like she had some symptoms, and
Like
it
got
was
like
bad.
long COVID and
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah, so it was very
oh
hard.
wow. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
all
thank
good.
you. Yeah,
And
all
then
good.
Kyle now is like, what's your favorite story-based game in Sandbox? That's a tough one. Um, huh. That's a tough
Yeah.
question. Do you guys have any favorites? I might be just spacing out. I can't think of anyone.
The one game I want to try so badly is the what is it called? The Feast.
The feast.
The Feast, the Feast.
Oh,
Which
okay.
one was that?
It's it's kind of what people describe it. Like the thing is, I didn't play it yet, but I've seen a lot of people tell me about it. It feels like a Souls game on the sandbox.
Oh, no, I have not. I haven't been able to play any games recently. I think one of my favorite ones was. I'm trying to think. I think it was the one with the. I think it was Panju or something. They had a very unique boss mechanic. The chili game. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that one was one of my favorites. And Kingdom of Safkar, of course, is our Sand Fam favorite one, which I have to pretty much spend the whole stream on because it needs its own kind of love. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Colin. Alrighty. Yeah, guys. Thank you so much. Is there any other last notes you guys want to end up with? And
Well, I
we're
just hope
almost
that
out of
we get
time.
to meet again sometime soon. It doesn't have to be in NYC. We'll
Yeah.
just have to
Oh
figure
yeah,
out a
for
way.
sure.
The last
For
conversation
sure.
was so much fun.
Because,
I
and yeah,
know.
I have a
I
question.
definitely agree. Yeah.
Like for the Sandstorm, like you guys have any event coming up? Because last year I remember you guys have in the SXSW, right? In that festival.
Yeah, I mean our team goes like we were recently in Vegas for CES, South by Southwest. I don't know if we're doing it this year. I know we do a lot of events. We were at BlenderCon. We went to a lot of events last year, and it was just I think everybody was just tired. But this year I'm personally not going anywhere, just focusing working. But if the team goes, they will probably at South by Southwest. But Slaterade can, it's like right downtown from Slaterade, so you guys can see him too.
Awesome.
But no, I want to go to Dark. He wants to go to New York. He doesn't like Austin. But alrighty,
Oh,
guys,
really?
thank you so much. Yeah,
No, thank you for having
he yeah, no worries. I mean, thank you guys for coming on to the show. Yeah, Slaterade, he loves New York. It's just I think it was the first time he was in New York when we met. Um,
Oh,
and it's a little different than Austin for sure. I don't know. Have you guys been to Austin before?
no, never.
No.
Yeah, but
Oh
I
yeah,
heard good
it
thing
has
about
its
it.
own. Yeah, it's definitely a unique city. My first experience was Austin was before Web3, I was working at corporate firms, and I had to go there for one of the big meetings, um, and when I went, Austin was just like as if God was just like holding up his hand around Austin and just like huffing and puffing. It was so hot and humid,
Mm,
and like it just I didn't like it. It was just scorching hot for me. And there goes Slater, and he's like, "Yeah, I know what he's feeling like." But I hope you guys like it. I know it's a lot of fun. I know people enjoy it, but definitely not somewhere I would want to live.
yeah, like I don't think we will be in North America this year, honestly. Probably next year, I'm not sure. But yeah, we don't plan
Yeah,
to be back anytime soon.
yeah. Alrighty, guys. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you follow Octohedz on Twitter and join their Discord. Thank you, Mo, and for joining us today. I hope you guys had a good time talking to me. I had a great time talking to you guys and learning more about Octohedz, and hearing it firsthand from you guys.
Yeah, pleasure all ours. It was so much fun to catch up with you again.
Yeah, I appreciate you having us. Thank you so much, Dizzy.
Yeah, sure thing, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye
Bye.
bye.